According to the Daily Beast, there's a Prince Harry shaped hole in the monarchy. And this year's Troop in the Color made that glaringly obvious. Once a dazzling spectacle of royal unity, Troop in 2025 looked thin, tired, and emotionally flat. The balcony was nearly barren. The chairs subdued. The crowd vanished. There was no crowd there. And despite King Charles's black armband honoring victims of the Air India crash, the mood wasn't somber in a respectful way. It was empty. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex are thriving, and the British press, after years of rage, denial, and attack, seem to finally be waking up to a painful truth. They needed Harry and Meghan more than they ever admitted. The monarchy slimmed down or starved out. Let's talk about Charles's vision. Back in the early 2010s, Queen Elizabeth began transitioning responsibilities to Prince Charles, who immediately set his eyes on slimming down the monarchy. At the time, the target was obvious. Prince Andrew, who was already viewed with deep suspicion, and rightfully so. Charles also wanted to limit the role of Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, sending them off the royal payroll and urging them to get jobs. The idea, a leaner, more modern monarchy, but disaster struck. Harry and Meghan left. Suddenly, this slimmed down vision looked more like an underfed ghost of what it once was. Today, there are only 7 working royals. Get that, guys, 7. Charles, Camilla, William, Kate, Edward, Sophie, and Anne. And we can't talk about the old people because they should not even be on that balcony. They should not be on that stage. They should not be going anywhere. They should be in their beds. Now add to the health struggles. Kate and Charles both facing cancer, or so they say. William and Kate pulling back, and you are left with almost no one. No energy, no charisma, no spark. So Troop in 2025, a visual representation of decline. Troop in the Color has always been more than a parade. It's the monarchy's visual power moment. Decade after decade, Queen Elizabeth stood at the center of a vibrant extended family. Royal children grew into adults before our eyes. The balcony was a living symbol of tradition, continuity, and family. Now it's a minimalist painting with very little brushwork. A few royals, forced smiles, glaring absences. Harry and Meghan. The soul of the monarchy wasn't there, and the people noticed. Crowds were visibly smaller. Even the aerial shots rarely showed the turnout. Last year's rain could be blamed, but this year's sunshine removed that excuse, and still no buzz. The Harry-shaped hole. The headlines practically wrote themselves. There's a Harry-shaped hole in the monarchy. And it's true. Harry's absence has created a deep emotional void the firm can't ignore. He was the people's prince. The spark, the relatability, the charisma, the compassion, the charm, everything you could encapsulate who Harry was, who Prince Harry is, was, and will continue to be. But that was definitely missing. He connected with veterans, with the youth, with marginalized voices. And alongside Meghan, they represented a new global monarchy, one grounded in action, not just tradition. Now they have left and they have flourished. And every time the palace tries to pretend they don't exist, the world remembers who's missing. Meghan Sussex, CEO on a mission. And Meghan, she's not looking back. The British press spent years dragging her name through the mud. Yet here she is thriving as a CEO, launching as ever, filming new content, attending global summits, and raising her children in peace. We saw that beautiful video that she put out with Harry and his children and the family. You can see they are calm, they're peaceful, they're in a peaceful environment, they're living their best life, they're having fun. She's not begging for the UK's approval. She's building legacy. Because Meghan Sussex understands something the firm refuses to accept. Relevance is currency. And she, alongside Harry, has never been more relevant. And we know that, guys. We see her paid 3.8 million. Every video they put up garners millions of views. They are doing so well, guys. So I am just saying the palace cannot ignore the impact, what is going on with Harry and Meghan. The come to Jesus moment, even the British media, those who profited from tearing them down, are now starting to shift tone. There is no other way to spin it. Harry and Meghan have created something powerful without the crown, and the firm has not been able to replicate that energy. Instead, the royals cling to repetitive balcony photos and symbolic rituals, hoping nostalgia will carry them forward. But as the balcony grows smaller and the crowds thinner, the press can no longer deny it. They chase away the future. They exile the heart of the family. The prince who was told not to shine. Let's not forget, Harry was told not to outshine his brother. He was asked to dim his light for the sake of order. Similar to Meghan. Remember they told Meghan to be 50% of herself? To dim her light for Kate. Yes, that is how they operate. But he refused. He walked away with Meghan by his side and he built a new world. Brick by brick, they created a global community. They used their platforms for purpose, not pageantry. They don't just pose for cameras. They produce, they donate, they build. This isn't a fairy tale. This is freedom. So yes, there's a Prince Harry shaped hole in the monarchy, and the British press is finally facing that uncomfortable truth. They've lost the very people that could have modernized the crown. And no black armband, no RAF fly pass, no balcony photo can fill that gap. The future of the monarchy left the building and they are thriving. So yes, guys, the future of the monarchy left the building. They say we're out. Mic drop. We are out of here. We left the building. We no longer subscribe to this crap. So subscribe to this ridiculous. And when you look at Harry and Meghan's life, you see that they're thriving. You see beauty. You see everything that's you'd want to emulate. Someone would want their life to be like. It is beautiful. It is saying, princess, rich, as a flight attendant said. It is giving all that awe, all that pizzazz, all that beauty, all that grace, and just everything that comes with being happy and contented with one life. So yes, guys, Prince Harry has left the building. there is a Harry-shaped hole, but Harry will never fulfill that role, because the role he's fulfilling right now is being a wonderful husband and a beautiful man to his children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. We see it, we know it is happening, and we're so happy for them. So guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you never miss a beat. Bye.